Welcome to Christianity Today
with Shawn, Ethan, and Steve. Our topic today is smoking cigarettes.
Steve is living in sin on my stage.
Our topic today is what?
Smoking cigarettes.
Smoking cigarettes.
This is a pipe, so it doesn't count.
There's a pipe in his mouth. We're talking about smoking cigarettes as Christians. Mm-hmm. You know, it seems like a stupid topic, but it really isn't. It's like every other topic, right? Christians want to make a big deal about what goes into the mouth versus what comes out of the mouth. Tell us about it. Steve, you've had a lot of experience in this. Show the audience what you've got down here.
Okay.
This is his...
If anybody that vapes is out there, you'll laugh at this. So, but I'm going to give some context to this first. So, like when I was 18, 19, 20, those years, I owned a vape shop with my friend Kyle. And that was the greatest job ever because it was just hanging out and selling vapes all day. But when I had my free time, I like to build stuff. So I started, building a vape and just 2 batteries, it was pretty good. And then I was like, wait, I can do better than that. I'm an extreme person. So I built a vape with 4 batteries and then 8 batteries. And then now I've got the giant black beast. It looks like a lunchbox, but this is the current vape we got.
What do the batteries do to that vape? Where the more make it do what? Give you more smoke?
It's just more power and it lasts longer.
More power.
More power.
Yeah, so it's like, well, actually I don't even have it fully loaded right now, so I'm missing some. But normally there's 16 batteries.
So this is a man dedicated to the art of exhaling vapors from your lungs.
Yeah.
As a believer.
Not really dedicated to it, but I do it.
How does it work in the life of a believer? Have you gotten attitude from other Christians?
Yeah, there were not too bad because it's one of those things where if you're ashamed of it around Christians, then they will pounce on you. But if you just do your thing and not worry about it, and you're strong enough in your faith and to know that God's not taking a deep breath every time you vape, he's not vaping with you, it's fine. You're so, right. But I did have some Christian friends, a Christian friend that was also in a band with me. He came to my vape shop. He bought some vapes from me, and he was saying his mom was like saying that I'm selling poison to people and blah blah blah. So she had a problem with it, but he was a customer and a friend. So
my question is, what does it have to do with Christ? I mean, it's totally set apart from it. For any Christians that are out there that are just completely angry that Steve just blew a giant vape on stage. I mean,
I wish I pronounced the show better, but it's hard to talk with that stuff coming out.
But I mean, what on earth does it have to do with Christ and what He has done for us? It literally has no connection.
Well, I'll use Paul's argument that you are a temple of God, and therefore, you shouldn't be sleeping with women, and he says, so you're in a temple, you're not having relations with the world, so to speak. So as the temple, should you be defiling that temple with...
My argument is this right here, an energy drink. Or it's the same thing.
Or it's a slippery slope, isn't it?
Or a cheeseburger. Or
slippery slope.
Whatever. So you can say anything is destroying your body, anything's doing this. I mean, you can take things too far. You don't want to be reliant on cheeseburgers for happiness. That's not good. Yeah. You don't want to be reliant on energy drinks for happiness. You don't want to be reliant on vapes to make you happy. You want to be reliant on God for that stuff. We do all kinds of stuff in this world, but as long as we're not putting our reliance on these things in substitution for God and what Christ does for us, we're fine.
I absolutely agree with that. It's just like, I mean, I'm addicted to caffeine, obviously. I mean, if I don't have just a little dose of caffeine, I don't drink a bunch, but I drink it regularly enough to where I need it to get through my day, or I'll start having like severe headaches or something like that. Is it not the same thing? Is it not? No, it's less destructive to my body, maybe, but that's not the point we are making. We can make the point of addiction to where it takes reliance off of God. Well, are we not addicted to having a nice lifestyle or having a car? What if that car was taken away from you? You would be upset, wouldn't you? You don't want to walk to church. Well, what if you're putting your reliance on your car or your house or the things that you have, the material? It's a really hypocritical thing to start going down that road. Now, in terms of good advice, that's a whole different thing. I could give good advice about not vaping, not smoking, not eating McDonald's. I mean, you can go down that route, but we as Christians, it's a totally separate thing. Has
But don't
nothing to do
most
with it.
Christians think that that's good advice for life? Life's a gift. God's given you life. Therefore, they can give you their opinion about what you should
So
do.
once again, I said,
don't
it's-
take Bible verses into this and start
Exactly.
making things mean what they don't mean. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's just like Chick-fil-A is the chicken of Jesus, but it's going to kill me faster if I eat a bunch of it.
Chicken of Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I tell them. I saw Chick-fil-A workers walk into where I work, Raising Cane's. I said, man, why are y'all here? They said, your chicken's better. I said, well, your chicken saves people, so y'all better stick with that.
Saves cows, according to their billboards.
So
Good
it's a
point.
slippery slope. That's one argument. Look at you start saying no vape, then you're going to say, no this, no that, no this, no that, and pretty soon we become Amish or we become Mormons. You can't. You become known for what you don't do.
And from what I've seen, it's just immaturity in your faith with it when you say stuff like this. And it's interesting that because I've seen people that I grew up with in youth group and evangelical Christianity get to the age where they can smoke, get to the age where they can drink, and they do, or even before that, but get to that point and then they realize, why is everyone making such a big deal about all this stuff?
Yeah.
And for me anyways, with the vape shop thing, I mean, you wouldn't believe the great conversations I had about God and Christ with people that were there, that had no idea about Christianity, thought Catholics are all Christianity is, and everyone has to be going to mass and blah blah blah. You wouldn't believe the good conversations you get with that. So it's just not something we need to focus on really, unless it's a hindrance to our faith or love.
And see, to your point there, what was I going to say? Uh-oh. Talk, Sean.
Now we could go to my
Am I a
argument.
trained animal?
we could go to my argument about guns and self-defense too, where if you die sooner, you're not going to have as much outreach later in life or whatever. You could live this much longer if you could say that too. But I mean,
Slippery slope.
I remember my
it is a
point
slippery
now.
slope.
It's just too much sun. You're too tan. You're too
Yeah.
sunburned. No, it's not good for your
What
temple.
if you have your church is on the beach?
Yeah, I mean,
it's
it's sinless.
It's like you could say
Well,
anything.
So I remember my point now. It's whenever we as Christians, if I was a parent, for example, if I were to demonize my kid, oh, you can't do this, it's of the devil, blah, 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 you're going to hell, eventually they're going to have a rebellious phase, and they're going to go against everything I taught them.
Right.
And it happens a lot. So that can make the issue worse. If you're just demonizing people who smoke or vape and then you realize it's not that bad, you will abuse it because you didn't teach them to properly use these things. You taught them that you're going to hell if you use that. It's a very dangerous thing, and it hurts a lot of people in their lives.
You end up creating addiction too
Yeah.
by doing that. That's because they're so scared of the thing that they end up trying it and then or rebelling or whatever, and then getting stuck with the stuff. And it creates an irrational fear of things that you don't necessarily need. It's just it's just an unhealthy relationship that you end up having. So that's my opinion.
Yep.
All right. Did we kill that one?
Yep.
We killed it.
Man,
For
I
next
haven't even
week?
touched my water. Oh.
I can put down the pipe now.
Oh, Lord, give me a good topic. Amen. Oh, gosh. God plays too many games with me. Let's talk about sex.
Let's
perfect.
talk about sex.
All right.
Next week, here on Christian Anarchy Today. Out.